Our friend Neil Midgar put in a request for this. He correctly, he says, you need to check out the song Spit Out the Bone by Metallica from the Hardwired to Self Destruct album, assuming that I had never heard this song before. And that's because he was right. I've heard a few songs from the Hardwired to Self Destruct album. Which songs were those that I have heard before? I've heard Atlas Rise. I think we have done that. Moth into the Flame. I've heard that. But he said, you got to do Spit Out the Bone because this song he absolutely loves. And they said that it's a throwback. It feels like a throwback to the old school days of Metallica, which that's where I grew up. The first 4 or 5 albums is where I sit, and I didn't pay too much attention, especially when Saint Anger and the movie came out, and it was kind of a soap opera-ish whole thing, and they was trying Les Claypool out on the bass and Twiggy from Marilyn Manson and all this, and I didn't have I didn't get into the Load albums or anything like that, and so I kind of lost favor with the band. They are the biggest heavy metal band of all time, so we can't agree on that. But Hardwired to Self Destruct, and we're doing the song Spit Out the Bone today. But we're going to learn about this band and what they've done over their careers, and then we'll get into that song. You have Metallica here. They have 18,642,837 monthly listeners to the Spotify account. Top 5 songs. Can you guess the biggest song that they've ever done? If it was Enter Sandman, you're right. And that has 720 million plays. Wow. Nothing Else Matters. Nothing Else Matters. Which was, when I heard that song the very first time, my buddy went down to the record store, the midnight, you can get it at midnight. Got the cassette, brought it home. We're going, okay, this is interesting. It's very interesting. And then when the soft song, Nothing Else Matters, came on, we broke out laughing, going, what is this? Of course, that album ended up growing on you, as you do. You're like, I love Metallica. I got to keep listening to it until it fits. The third, that's got 667 million plays, Nothing Else Matters. The Unforgiven, 302 million. And then from a classic, great album, Master of Puppets, the song Master of Puppets, 345 million plays. And then the Thin Lizzy cover, Whiskey in a Jarro, 228 million. It's surprising that cover is in the number 5 slot. Now what we do is we look into albums that they have released over their career. And they have had some stuff out, right? You've got, and because they're badasses, they've all got deluxe issues and remasters. So you got Kill 'Em All, 1983. You got Ride the Lightning, 1984. You got Master of Puppets, 1986. I saw them open for Ozzy Osbourne. And Justice for All, I saw them twice. Faith No More opened for them once, and Queensryche opened for them once on that tour. 1991's Metallica, Live Shit to Binge and Purge, 1993. Then Live Shit to Binge and Purge is basically where I had stopped. Load and Reload, Garage Inc. Now they did put Garage Days revisited, but they put out this Garage Inc. S&M, 1999. Then you got Saint Anger with that snare drum. Oof. 2003, and that's with the album that Some Kind of Monster, that movie that they were putting out, they went on about. Then I heard, they really got it back with Death Magnetic, but I didn't check out too much of that. 2008. And Justice for All remaster, and then what they considered to be the worst album, and that had with Lou Reed. They did an album called Lulu in 2011 that was, pretty much panned as the worst thing and it was the last thing that Lou Reed did. So, but then you got Hardwired to Self Destruct in 2016, Helping Hands Live and Acoustic 2019, S&M 2 2020, and and then they just released this 2021 My Friends of Misery compilation. Is this from Jason's Riff Tapes? I don't know what that means. I know that they are getting ready to put out a compilation album that's got Ghost and a bunch of other bands doing Metallica songs on it. Now what we do is we look into related artists, and you're going to have the big 4 in there for sure, but who are these bands that they might have played shows with, toured with, who do people listen to when they listen to Metallica? And yeah, you've got them right here. Megadeth, you got Slayer, you got Pantera, you got Judas Priest, where's Anthrax? You got Motorhead, there's Anthrax, Black Label Society, Iron Maiden, Testament, Machine Head, Black Sabbath, Sepultura. So those are the related artists for Metallica. And now it is time to look into the bio and see what we can read about the band. And you've got this image of them. They're looking very slender and svelte. They're in a white, maybe a white Dixie cup or something. They're in a white room, and they're all wearing black, and they're all looking fresh and frosty and healthy, and they're eating kale salads and everything, and they're feeling pretty good about themselves. And they're saying, Shane, get over here so we can pinch your tits. Metallica formed in 1981 by drummer Lars Ulrich and guitarist vocalist James Hetfield, and has become one of the most influential and commercially successful rock bands in history, having sold over 110 million albums worldwide, while playing to millions of fans on literally all 7 continents. They have scored several multi-platinum albums, including 1991's Metallica, commonly referred to as the Black Album, with sales of nearly 17 million copies in the United States alone, making it the best-selling album in the history of SoundScan. Metallica has also garnered numerous awards and accolades, including 9 Grammy Awards, 2 American Music Awards, and multiple MTV Video Music Awards, and were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum in 2009. In December 2013, Metallica made history when they performed a rare concert in Antarctica, becoming the first act to ever play all 7 continents all within a year, and earning themselves a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. Yeah, Metallica, what can you say about them? I mean, they're the real deal, right? A lot of people say when they put out the Black Album, they made that pivot. He says, we can't keep going with the thrash metal, man. We've got to juice it. We've got to loosen it up. We've got every fan in the thrash metal genre. We need to reach out and get the hard rock kids and everything else. And they successfully pulled that off, if you don't mind me saying so. Hardwired to Self Destruct, and the song Spit Out the Bone. And Neo says, this is the jam. If you haven't heard it, this is the one that he says he loves, and it reminds him of the old school days. So let's do it now. This is the Magic Nipple Tit. I give you a taste. I take a taste. We listen to the song Spit Out the Bone from Hardwired to Self Destruct. Metallica. Here we go. Here's a bit of that. Bass drums are weirding me out a little bit.
Come unto me and you will feel perfection. Come unto me and dedicate. Come unto me, you'll never feel rejection. Come unto me and terminate. Remove your heart, it's only good for bleeding.
Definitely throws back to the older stuff.
Remove your thought, 'cause it's only for deceiving. Deceiving thoughts destroy within. Disappear like man will never hear. Along with a machine, the future supreme. Man overthrown. Spit out the bone. Plug into me, I guarantee the motion.
That's not bad.
Plug into me and dedicate. Plug into me, I'll save you from it.
Saying plug into me.
Plug into me and terminate. Accelerate, utopian solution. Fighting cure the earth of man. Exterminate, speeding up the evolution. Set on course, so master plan.
This dude's badass on the bass and on the guitar. Spit out your bones. That's not bad.
The flesh betrays the flesh. Your man is headed high.
Snare sounds a hell of a lot better.
Machine the new device.
I'd like to know if people like Hardwired or Death Magnetic better. Yeah, this fits pretty good with the other stuff that I've heard from this album. It's not bad at all.
Stop breathing and dedicate to me.
These guys play like 3-hour concerts now, don't they? At least 2 hours long. They don't leave anyone hanging. You get your classics and your new stuff. I think Lars Ulrich starts to get kind of mixed up with the riffs and the orders and stuff. I can see why. You get older, your brains get soft. A lot of riffage going on in these songs. Second solo. Spit out the bone. It's funny when I go back and listen. What's this? Lords of Summer. They get the Pepsi Cola stage. We are the Lords of Summer. You know, but what I was going to say though is the drum beats that Lars Ulrich is playing here in this song are no different than, you know, when I go back and listen to Master of Puppets or anything else. He was always kind of a throw in some double bass and stuff in there, but his playing style, which surprised me because I always thought it was a lot heavier, or I thought anyways it was a lot of double bass and all this stuff going on back then. But if you listen to the albums like Master of Puppets or whatever, he's doing a lot of the same kind of drumming. He might be a little bit slower, a little bit more pace, a little bit in the later age, but he's basically pretty consistent through everything he's done. Whether you think it's good or bad, he's been pretty consistent through all the albums with that particular playing style. Other than, you know, when you're younger, you can hit it harder. But what say you? Everything I say in these videos means jack squat to me because I like to hear your thoughts, your opinions on the songs that we do here. And I know we got some Metallica fans, and I know we got some Hardwired to Self Destruct fans. So what do you think of it? Good, great, fantastic, Shane? I am a huge Metallica fan, and here's how many times I have seen them live. I believe I have seen them 5 or 6 times. What is your all-time favorite album from the band? Early, old, whatever. When did you first find out about the band? Your favorite concert experience, your all-time top 5 favorite Metallica songs ever? And have you ever been lucky enough to meet the band? I met Lars Ulrich, not in good way though. We had a bit of a scuffle, a bit of some words. Or you could say, not good, not great, Shane. I'm just not a Metallica fan. I've never been. Shockingly, you're going to be surprised by this, but I've never been a fan of Metallica. Old, new, married or blue. I'm just not a fan. Not my cup of tea. Hard pass. I'm going to spit that bone out, and I'm going to go bury it right now. All of that can be put in the comments below, don't you know? If you have a hard rock, heavy metal special request, you want to see it on the channel, it's a simple process. Click one of them links in the description below, or you can always put it in the comments. We'll get to it if we ever get to it, okay? That's all I got for this. Spit out the bones.